Who?
Whoa.
Welcome back to another edition of the Friday Night Draw, where we've got Amy Snell, Nate Lovett, and myself here. And wow, there's already 4 people jumping in here. Mikey Moto is here.
That would be Mike.
Mike, I've got a Batman for you. It's sitting right here.
I don't.
So let's do our catch up and roll around the room here and introduce where everybody can find you and all that good crazy stuff. Nate, I'll make you go first this time.
Fine. Nate Lovett. Nate Lovett. And everywhere on social media. Except for Twitter. As my son decided to yell and remind me. Nate-Lovett.com is the website. Nate Lovett Art on Twitch, which I forgot I even had.
And we are streaming there. And we have our first spam bot from the stream something or other here from Twitch, it looks like. Just above the house. All right, Jamie, your turn.
I'm Jamie Snell. You can find me at natelovett. No, wait a minute. You can basically just find me on Instagram and Facebook. I do not have a Twitter, nor do I have a Twitch. But yeah, just find me on Facebook or Instagram for the most part.
Excellent. And all my social media stuff is at Sean Forney Art. The QR codes are up there for 2 of us at least to find all of our stuff. And Mike says, I am a spam bot. Excellent.
Yeah, he would be.
He does love the spam.
I'm trying to remember, is he one of them that likes spam? I know Brian hates it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Nate
I think Mike doesn't like it either.
Mike, I'm doing a Batman that could be purchased for the right price. He says spam is disgusting. Jamie, what's your thoughts on spam?
I haven't had it in a while, but I did like it when I kind of grew up on it. Then I went to Hawaii and several years back, and there's a whole other selection of spam out there that we don't have here in the States.
Oh yeah.
So, and then I had that like the sushi rolls with spam on it and stuff that was out there is really good. So
yeah,
I mean it's salty. It's not the greatest for you, but I crave it every once in a while. But I haven't had it in years.
It gets a bad rap.
Yeah.
We went into Aldi just a little bit ago, and I got some more maple spam.
Yeah,
that's pretty good.
It's like maple bacon, basically. And my dad used to slice them, and then basically pan fry them so it's nice and crispy on the outside and
still
tender inside. That's how I used to eat it, and then spam sandwiches with cheese and stuff. So, but I haven't had it in years.
Mike wants me to give him free stuff.
Don't we all?
Mike, I got to get my guitar collection up to your bass collection, so I don't know. I can't give away stuff. So what other crazy stuff we got going on in the world here?
Well, you guys are getting geared up to go to California.
Yep.
Yes, we are.
I just had Frogman last weekend, and I don't have another show until June. I have 2 shows in June.
How'd Frogman go?
Went really well. They're talking about now making it possibly a 2-day show.
Oh wow!
1 day. It was like 8.5 hours long, which is a long day. But it was a really good show. There's a lot of people there, a lot of positive feedback to it. Attendance was great. Good selection of vendors. There was a couple of vendors that were questionable, but hopefully they don't come back. And then hanging out with all the artists and stuff afterwards. A great time. And then we came home that night. We didn't stay Saturday night since it's just in Cincinnati. So we just stayed Friday night.
That would be Mikey in the background for everybody.
Yeah. It was a great show.
Fun.
And the next one I have is what is it? Wytheville UFO Festival in Wytheville, Virginia, which I've driven through it hundreds of times going down to North Carolina and not realizing that's where the events happened. So they actually have a UFO festival there, and our friends run the show, and they've asked me several times to do it. And last year we couldn't make it, but this year we can. So I'm excited to do that show. It's the first time doing it. Cool. Like I think the week after that, we're up in Akron. I think it's Akron, Canton, Akron area for Monster Fest. I don't know if you guys have heard of Small Town Monsters. They're a local documentary for cryptid stuff. And they put on the show last year, and I guess it was a success. And so they're putting on the second one in June.
Nice. I've heard I've heard of the show. I know a couple of friends went as just attendees last year. Really enjoyed it.
Last year was on my birthday weekend, but I was already up in Juliet for Star Wars Star Wars Library Day. So I couldn't do it. But this year I decided not to do that show. So I could attend 2 other different shows. So I've done the Juliet Star Wars Library Day like 8 years now.
Yeah, I was gonna say that when you've talked about forever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done it for a long time, and it's still a great show, but it just doesn't have the oomph that it used to have, I don't think. And it's always the same 5 artists. So I'm like, I need they need some variety.
Right.
Yep, I get that.
So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to opt not to do it this year and then try something new. Try 2 new shows and see how they go. I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. So
I think there's this big show in California in July that I'm going to. I've never heard of it before.
So Warner says, I don't even know how to find shows anymore, at least affordable shows. Yeah, affordable's a keyword there.
Yep. Even those vendors are not affordable anymore.
I don't know. I saw somebody post earlier that there is still some sort of convention list website, but I don't even know anymore. I mean, we just kind of got stuck in like there's a handful of shows we know we're going to do every year, and then occasionally like look at one outside of it.
Right.
Next year I might look into Heroes Con.
Oh,
down in Charlotte, and Emma goes to school down there, and it'd be a good trip to go down there. It's Father's Day weekend usually, so.
I'd love to get back down to it. Supposed to do it, before the world shut down, and everything got canceled, and then it just hasn't worked out. And now, since I'm doing stuff for Origins, it's always the same weekend.
Oh,
I'd like to get back down to Heroes. I don't know what the dates are for it this year.
It's usually Father's Day weekend. It's what it has been for years, but I don't know if they changed it or not.
I just know that, like Nate brought up Origins, the weekend of Origins going on Saturday and Sunday. I'll be in Jersey.
Gotcha. Looking for the devil?
I should go on a hunt for it while I'm there.
Go to the Pine Barrens.
I will be.
Said hey.
I will be in. Where am I going to be? It's Garden State. Yeah, that doesn't help. I think I flew into Newark. I'm going to be outside of Newark, I think. I don't know. I just agreed to do it. Where is it? Morristown. Yeah, wherever Morristown, New Jersey is, I'll be there for Garden State Comic Fest. Garden State Comic Fest.
Okay.
We're gonna do,
I've heard of it.
It's if I remember correctly, it's like the 10th anniversary of the show, and well, I'm not gonna spoil anything because I don't know if it's been announced or whatever, but there's a specific reason I'm going.
Okay.
Tease.
Oh yeah, Daryl's going. I'll see Daryl while I'm in New Jersey.
Joyzy.
I won't get to see him here, but I'll see him in Jersey.
So Newark.
Yeah, that's the. I think I was probably about an hour drive from the airport. I think is what it ended up being.
It should be right across the way from Manhattan. It's right there.
Yeah.
Right across the Hudson. There is an airport in Newark.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure that's where I flew into last time.
Okay.
But I mean, it was like a little bit of a hike to get out to where the actual con was. It was
Okay.
in a burb somewhere, basically.
And then plus traffic and everything else too.
Yeah. That was the downfall of coming back home is because the traffic was so bad because it was a last time I was there, it was like, I don't know. I don't think it was a holiday weekend, but everybody was like going to the beach. And I was flying back on Sunday, and apparently the traffic was so bad. I don't remember the exact time, but I'll say my flight was at 4:00, but we had to leave at like 11 so that they could drop me off at the airport and then drive all the way back and then get the next person to take them all the way to the airport.
Oh, jeez.
It ended up working out, but it was just crazy how early we had to leave.
Yeah. You were an hour and 25 minutes north of the Pine Barrens.
Okay.
Pine Barrens are kind of right outside of Philly.
Okay.
So it's down south from where you'll be.
Yeah, so I probably won't get a chance to go looking for the Jersey Devil.
They'll probably be, hopefully they might have, well, I don't know about up there, but I figured down that way they probably have merch and stuff like that. Those gas stations that have all that kind of stuff in it.
Oh, yeah.
Get you some official Jersey Devil.
What's funny that the actual hockey team is.
Oh, yeah.
Jersey Devils.
Yep. We're talking hockey, Mike. You still there? That fight that he sent video of last night was pretty damn cool.
Yeah.
He was at the Blue Jackets game, and I don't know, one of us sent something goofy in our message thread, and he chimed in with a video of the fight.
Oh.
They actually won the game.
Good. We need to.
Right?
Yep. They did not blow that lead.
Mike is still here. Says it was a great game. And apparently Ric Flair was there.
Did he howl and woo?
I'm hoping so. Oh, Mike
catchphrase to do.
Evidence.
And that his catchphrase is the
Yeah.
Woo!
Yelling. Yeah. I didn't want to do it on the phone because anything out loud was going to be blowing his ear out.
That's why I did it half volume.
And it's funny as Jen's listening to this in the other room, and I can
Nice.
hear it just slightly, but it's delayed like 5 seconds to 10 seconds. So I heard you woo as you were explaining it 10 seconds later.
Poor Jen actually listening to us.
Yeah, she's drawing. You should be called out. She said, I feel called out. She's finally designing her own business cards and stuff because I got tired of everyone saying, or her telling me, well, you can just find me on Jamie's, card on his Instagram and stuff. I'm like, no, get your own. You need to get your own business cards. You got your own table now. Get your cards set up. Let's get some banners going on the table so people know
like
who
a
you are.
Professional.
Wow. So
act like a professional for once.
So you got Jen designing her own business cards, and she's got you using Photoshop.
I think she's using AI for the cards. I don't know.
Yeah, next thing you know, Jamie's unconscious.
I hear stuff laughing in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, she said Jen's gonna come beat you up.
She just came in and hit me in the back of the head a second ago, or
Nice.
touched me.
We need an extra camera over there. See, Cameron's in the house, and he says, very nice and appropriate from Nate. Goku, love it.
Thank you.
Yeah, see what he did there?
Oh.
And Mike says, who wants to act like a professional?
What's that all about? That's lame and boring.
Uh-oh. Mikey's causing trouble.
He's always causing trouble.
He is. Yeah. We got home and we went to go let him outside, and he bolted because there's a stupid rabbit that will not leave the backyard, and it's just standing out there just antagonizing him.
Taunting.
He just bolted, and he comes back and he's just soaking wet from the grass and everything. Yeah, we don't know what he's going to do if he catches it. I'm afraid to find out because, man, he's getting really close.
It's going to be a fight.
Yeah, walking snips this morning.
No, the bunny's bigger than him.
I was going to say, it's probably not much bigger than he is.
Walking snips this morning, a squirrel bust out behind a fence, less than 10 feet in front of us.
Oh, man.
Just tried to go off after it. That was fun.
And your arm is still attached?
It is.
Mike apparently is watching us from the Walmart.
Huh? Anything cool at Walmart?
Find us any toys?
Collectibles?
Do you have any other shows after WonderCon besides the thing in Jersey?
Got C2E2, so that's basically there's a month between WonderCon and C2E2.
Okay.
And I got waitlisted for that, so I won't be there.
Which that totally reminds me, Sobo wants to talk to you, Nate.
Okay.
He asked me the other day while I was streaming if you were going to C2E2, and I gave him the quick rundown of what was going on. But I think he wanted to reach out, as far as I understood.
Okay. Yeah, I figured it's not bad to take a year off every now and then anyway. So
yeah,
it's not.
Next year I'll have a couple books and a big graphic novel anyway, so
I was approached by a friend who does other stuff, but he wants to collaborate and possibly do a cryptid tarot deck card, that's going to be that's a lot to do. I've been wanting to do it on my own, but if someone's going to help and pay and motivate and do all the printing and stuff, I'll let them take care of that, and I'll just do the artwork. So as much for me to do as I was going to have to do. Was it 80 cards or something like that, and are they arcana, and then try to figure out, decipher everything, do that on its own research. But then I was going to have to research where I want to get it printed at, how I want to get it printed. Do I do a Kickstarter and all that kind of stuff? But if he's going to take care of that part of it, I'll just do the artwork for him.
Oh yeah,
make things a little bit easier.
Yeah, it's still going to be a lot of work.
Oh yeah. But you definitely cut out a good chunk of it if he's taking care of, a lot of that behind the scenes junk.
He does does his own printing and stuff, like t-shirt printing. Well, not t-shirt, but I don't know what kind of printing he does, but he takes artwork and then puts them on like a patch type thing, a big patch, and sews them on the back of flannel shirts and like jean jackets and stuff. So I'm going to be designing some stuff for him, put on those type of stuff too.
Nice.
So I'm looking forward to that. That'll be fun. I got to do a Mothman in a tarot card form for that. That's one of my projects I got to do here in the next couple weeks.
That'll be fun.
Cool.
Yeah. But I don't know how to do it yet. What I want to do, I need to fit the size and make sure all the wings are in and everything's represented properly on a 8.5 by 11 size pick kind of thing to make it look like a tarot card. So
You can do it.
I know. I just got to figure out what I want to do with it, how I want to do it.
Yeah, you could get Jen to make you a lovely Photoshop template and print it out for you.
She probably could get me to do. She probably could get an AI image for me. She's like, dude.
Steph said you're gonna be black and blue by tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm gonna be beat up.
So we tried to get tickets for Dune. We were thinking about going to see it tomorrow.
Yeah.
And like all the theaters are like basically sold out already. Unless we wanted to sit in the front row.
It's good.
Yeah.
We went and saw it Sunday.
Is it got some more anything going on than the first one?
What's that?
Does it have more like going on than the first one? I don't know. The first one was a little tough because there was just not a whole lot of anything. I know it was like
there
build up
was.
and
Well, that's what it's an epic story and an epic way they're doing it. It's beautifully done. Yeah, there's way more to it.
okay.
They're still building it up.
Okay.
Doing more of the build up of Paul and him being the Messiah and the prophecy and all that kind of stuff, and then him trying to prove what he can do, kind of thing, to the tribe. But I'm not going to give any spoilers. But yeah, it was pretty epic. But my daughter Hannah went, Jen and I went. We all agree that it feels like you almost need to watch it a couple times to catch everything because there was so much going on.
Okay.
It was just, I mean, you're looking at the backgrounds and all the set designs and the costumes and everything. And you're like, oh, what did they say? It's like,
Yeah.
I forgot what, I wasn't paying attention to that. So there is a lot of dialogue, but they're trying to tell a story.
That was a little bit of the trouble I had with the first one is the audio mix. Now we didn't see it in the theater. We only saw it at home when it was on HBO and whatnot.
I think I did too because it was during a pandemic or whatever, something like that. So
yeah,
I think in the theater.
And it was just like it was hard to hear some of the dialogue.
Yeah. Now our theater, I don't know if it was the movie or just the theater that we were in. It was very dark. Even when they're out in the desert, it was like I felt like I had sunglasses on the whole time.
Huh.
So I need to watch it again in a different theater to see if it was just that version or that theater had something wrong with their screening, or was it meant to be muted looking like that? Like everything was just dark, just shaded.
I know some movies and stuff have been doing extra dark for whatever reason. It makes it really hard to see anything, and I do not understand why they do that.
Yeah,
they do that. I mean, I'm in the horror movies and stuff, and they do that on a lot of the horror movies. So if you're at home and you don't have the greatest, if you don't have your TV tweaked the proper way, I mean, like what the? I know there's someone standing in the shadow, but I have no idea what's going on or what they're doing.
Right.
But yeah, Dune, at least the one we watched on Sunday was very dark and muted. So I'd like to see it again in the theater just to see if it was the theater that we were watching it in. Just had an issue with that theater.
Which theater did you guys go to?
AMC Sawmill.
Okay. I think we got tickets to go to Marcus because we tried to go for IMAX, but I didn't really want to go all the way down to Easton.
Yeah. Now we are scheduled to see Ghostbusters on Thursday night, but but my work just said your trip to Boston was in April. We're going to be moved up to either the second or the last week of March now. And I'm like, I was like, I already have my tax appointment and everything on the 28th, and I can't miss it because they don't. My tax guy doesn't have anything until after April 15th. So I said it might have to be the second to the last week of March, which is now going to be possibly interfering with Ghostbusters. So I might have to move my tickets to a different day. If I can. I know. I'm so bummed.
Hang on here. Let's see. Brandon says it's easier to do the CGI with it being dark, so less errors in the image.
I guess, yeah. But I mean, they're out in the desert in the sun. You would think there would be some brightness to it, but I still feel like I wore sunglasses the whole time.
Yeah. Cameron says it was filmed for IMAX. To see it in IMAX, I'd like to, but it's kind of a pain to make it to Easton. At least it feels like a pain to make it to Easton. So we're going with the Ultra screen.
Well, yeah, I guess.
I don't know. Ultra screen's good enough. And we got tickets to go see the Ghostbusters with the BKB.
Okay. I know I was going to go with you guys, but you guys are like 4:00 on Friday when I'm like, I can't make it because I'm just getting off work and Jen doesn't get off until like 5:30, 6 o'clock. So
that was the only time they're showing it.
Yeah, I know.
It was just I don't get it.
Well, I wasn't going to IMAX, but I couldn't believe I got Thursday night at like 6:30.
Because we kept holding out, hoping that they would open up like a 7 or 8 o'clock, and nope. I don't remember what they're playing at that time frame, but yeah.
The Columbus Ghostbusters will be at Marcus, I think, on that Friday night.
Okay.
I think they'll be there, but I have no idea what my schedule is going to be now. If I'm going to be gone that week. And they're trying to debate. It's like, do we want to go the whole week or we just want to go 3 days? I'm like, it's just 3 days. I could still be home by like Thursday and go to the movies, but they haven't scheduled it yet. So I'm like, I don't know what's going on.
Uh-huh. Brandon's saying they like to keep the same filter for the whole movie. That way things don't stick out. So maybe it was just filmed that way.
Yeah, because I don't remember it being that dark in the first one. But again, I've only seen it at home.
Yeah.
So I have no idea what it, if it's supposed to be that way. Like I said, I feel like I need to see it again because there was so much going on. Maybe at a different theater completely. And that way I could tell if it was.
What's going on, boy?
It was supposed to be filmed or.
I have a visit from the dogs.
So do I.
What are you guys doing? Did you get tired of hanging out with Mom in the living room? Yeah, that's lovely. They've been licking themselves for like 20 minutes.
Nice.
Yeah.
Now I hear a bigger dog somewhere.
Yeah, that would be one of mine.
Like, that doesn't sound like Mikey.
No. And he came in here and sat down next to me for a minute, but then he's like, no, I'm done.
Boring, Dad. Boring.
Yeah, I had moved a ottoman in here that he had been sitting on, but we took it out because I ended up setting up a table in the studio too. Like, so we started packing all the junk for WonderCon like last weekend, and we are trying to make sure everything fit to see if we needed to go get like another suitcase or any of that jazz. And so now the table that's holding all that junk is sitting in the studio in front of everything.
Yeah, I gotta figure out what suitcases and stuff I'm taking, and figure out how to get my stuff into them.
Yeah, that's what we're gonna mess around with a little bit tomorrow, I think.
Because like, you'll be down expert for San Diego then. Well, you should be because you've already done San Diego. So,
well, I've never done.
I know Sean has.
It's been 5 years, and it's like there's a whole lot more junk to take. There's a whole lot more stuff that's accumulated in 5 years.
True. Well, because we're doing Southwest, we get 2 suitcases. So one of my suitcases, I mean, I'll probably have my posters, whatever I'm going to be doing for you, and maybe a few other things, but I probably might have more room to carry stuff with me.
We might be taking you up on that. I'm just glad we all ended up on the same flights and everything. That was incredible.
Yeah.
I looked at it and I saw the what flights they were, so I had to go back to your Steph's email and look. I'm like, hey, that's the same one. Hey, it's the same time and everything. So I'm like, okay, we'll just do that. And since Southwest is a free for all, there's no set seating.
Yeah. Yep. We'll just show up with our Comic-Con or bust signs and T-shirts, and if it's anything like the last couple of times we've gone out there, you end up with like about a dozen people on the flight. That's everybody's going for Comic-Con.
And then once you get to out west, when you get to the layovers, that's where you end up picking up even more.
Yep. Yeah, I forget, where is our layover in Vegas? Or
it's Vegas.
Yeah. I think it's Vegas on the way out, and it's something different on the way back. I think
it's Vegas both times, but it could be Phoenix on the way back, maybe.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'd have to look.
I think it might be Phoenix on the way back.
I don't know. We did those flights, and then we did the WonderCon flights, and it's like they're all running together.
Yeah.
So I was trying to explain to friends of ours last night, like, when we're leaving and when we're coming back and all that jazz. And it's like, well, one of these flights we get back at like 1 or 2 in the morning. I was like, I just don't remember which one.
I don't think it's hours.
Let's
see.
Vegas on the way there, Austin on the way back.
Austin, that was it. Yeah, because I forgot, because Jen's lived in Austin. She's like, too bad we're not going to be there for longer that we could stop and see somebody.
Phoenix must be the way to WonderCon, because it's Denver on the way back. That I remember.
Phoenix to WonderCon, Denver home. We flew through Denver one time, I think. I don't know. They all run together. I thought Vegas was crazy because like the entire airport is just lined with slot machines.
Yep.
And I had fun when we did it the one time because like they had these crazy vending machines. And now I'm like blanking on the name. The New York hard seltzers, but the New York seltzer water that's flavored. It's got all the crazy flavors. That's the first time I had seen those things in years, and they had a vending machine for them in Vegas. And so I was like, "Oh, I gotta get one of these for a ride home." All right, now we're gonna start doing some inks. So I like totally meant to ask earlier. So which creature is that, Jamie?
That is the Pascagoula visitor. I think that's what they call it, Pascagoula. I'd have to. I can't remember. When I start researching, some of these things just kind of run together. And like, what year was that? I
Right,
say it's
right.
in the 70s. I think it was in the 70s that this creature came through and visited. And it looked like this weird creature wrapped in some sort of. I mean, it looked like it was in layers, like a messy looking earthworm.
Huh.
And it had no face. It had a head, but no face, and then it had the three ice cream cone looking things on its head, two in the ears, one in the mouth, and they had like a little small mouth underneath it, and that was it. It had pincher claw-like apparatus for hands and bigger trunk-like or tree-like limbs on the legs. But I like to do my own spin on it. I try to see what the original creature looked like in eyewitness sketches, and then I kind of make my own assessment of it. I make it my own. And my Frogman that I did for the Frogman Festival went over really well because I said, you know what, if it's not just a frogman, but maybe it's a gray alien in a spacesuit that looks like a frog.
Yeah, I thought that was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Because I did that kind of with the Flatwoods monster last year, the year before. I did kind of the same concept of like, what if it's an alien inside a suit? Which it's supposed to be anyway, but
Right.
I was like, well, what if the flowing dress, quote unquote, dress of the bottom part of the suit is actually tentacles, and it looks like a dress through the smoke.
Oh yeah.
And that's so. And then the head, the actual head was like this spade shape, shovel shape. I'm like, well, that kind of looks like a squid. So it kind of looks like a squid walking on its feet. Squidward, basically.
Nice.
So I'm like, well, people seem to like that concept. So I'm like, now what other creature can I do that's actually just an alien in a suit?
There you go.
And then everyone's giving me suggestions like, for Bigfoot, have two aliens inside, like one on top of each other on stilts or something.
Like two kids in a trench coat.
Yeah, exactly. Kind of concept. So.
Well, yeah. There's your book idea, man. Like,
yeah,
do all those things.
Alien in disguise kind of thing.
Yeah, this is taking a lot less time to ink than I was expecting.
Uh-oh.
No, I got blacks to fill. Like his hair.
I got a whole lot on Batman.
You guys been into the Avatar yet?
Yes.
I'm only like maybe episode 3. I haven't gotten far into it.
We are on 6, I think. We only got a couple more to go.
Okay.
Amber's been watching it, and I've caught bits here and there. I'm going to have to sit down and watch it myself.
Yeah, we started it, I think, last weekend, and we've like fit in an episode or so a night. But it was a couple nights this week. There was too much going on, so we, skipped it, and then one night decided to watch 2 episodes, something like that.
And I'll get distracted. I'm like, well, I need something else, and then before you know it, you're already like binge watching something else. I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta go back to this series to watch. So
yeah,
and we've been trying to catch that, and it's Avatar, Bad Batch, and Halo is what we've been trying to.
Halo's been slow this year. I'm kind of disappointed in it, but I'm still a fan, so I'm still gonna watch it.
That last episode kind of picked up a bit.
Yeah, but I don't like it that he's not in the suit. And I've been keeping that up, and so this episode actually had something to do.
Right.
There's a lot more Covenant than I was expecting. It's like we lose the guys in the suit, but then we gain all the bad guys. So it's kind of nice to see the Covenant and they manipulate and work and
Well,
anatomy.
at least they explained why he's not in the suit too, because the suit went with, So,
well,
I was never a
the,
Halo person by games or anything, so it hasn't bothered me at all.
It's just the actor, they wanted more FaceTime.
Oh yeah, and I get it.
Yeah.
I don't know, like Nate said, I never played the game. I just I got into watching the show when it came out with that first season, and then I don't know. The story's been good. It makes sense. Yeah. So.
And I don't. Maybe just because I'm a fan and played all the games and have the armor and have helmets and everything else and all the props, and so it's just like, come on.
What you're saying is Nate and I aren't real fans.
Posers.
I don't do first-person shooters.
No.
They do on occasion, but they got to be fun.
That one is fun. That's what some of the first-person shooters I never liked because. Like for us or whatever, I'm like, I just want to play for a little bit and then play the campaign, play against the computer or whatever, turn it off when I'm bored or I had to get back to work or something like that. But some of these other games are like online and you have whole campaigns with all these other people playing and you have to do all these raids and stuff. I'm like, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, I don't do any of that mess. The first person shooter game that I liked was on PlayStation 3. I'm trying to. I want to say it was called Bulletstorm. Yeah, I don't know. It was vulgar as all get out, and it was just funny as heck to play.
That's why you liked it.
Exactly. It was just hilarious. Like I don't know if Warner's still in here, but we played the game. Everybody came into town for Mid Ohio, and they stayed at our place. We stayed up until probably 3, 4 in the morning playing that game. We just kept trading off the controller to try to get past a certain point in the game, and we couldn't do it, and it was just absurd. But it had all these great one-liners and stuff, and I don't know. I need to look it up. I think it was Bulletstorm, but I can't remember if that's actually the title or not. Let's see. Cameron says great pieces. And he says, highly recommend God of War and Ragnarok. Phenomenal single-player story games. I played the first God of War game, like the trial thing that PlayStation gave you if you bought something. I think it came with Force Unleashed. I got a trial version of.
Yeah, God of War. I didn't play too many. I mean, besides Halo. Then of course, Star Wars Battlefront,
which the original, they're re-releasing remastered and everything.
Nice.
Yes.
So, and that's actually due out in just a couple weeks, if I remember.
That's good.
So
that'll be fun to play.
Yeah, I will probably be getting that just because I used to play that so much.
I played Battlefront 2 a little bit with some friends, but that was about it. I don't know. I haven't played video games a whole lot in a long time.
I don't play much either anymore. I never was religiously played. I loved Halo, but over the course of a month or two, or I might actually play the campaign because I get home from work, I might play an hour and then stop, and then next day might play an hour or two or stop or whatever. So it's not like some people, as soon as they get the game, they play it until they finish it. It's 3 days later and they've completed it. I'm like, dang, do you have anything else to do?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't ever get enough time to do that.
Yeah, I just don't have time to do it.
That's been what's keeping me from getting the newest Final Fantasy. I played Remake. I forget what the new one's called. But it just came out. I have no time to play. So I'm I'll just wait to get it till I hopefully have time to play.
I waited on Battlefront 2, the newer one, and then was it the Star Wars Squadrons? And you played like the TIE fighters and stuff.
Oh yeah.
I knew I was at that time, and it was like 2020, and I'm like, well, I don't want to spend any money, but luckily I happened to look. I think it was Black Friday sale. Maybe it was even that weekend, but they had both of them from what did they don't normally like $60. They had them for like $30. So I got both of them for the same price of one. So I'm like, well, that's a good deal. Boy, I'm not spending tons of money on it. Oh, and the other one's with Fallen Jedi. That's a good one too.
Yeah, I still need to finish that first one.
Yeah.
And then maybe one of these days I'll get the second one.
Yeah. I need to finish the first one. I'm sorry, I won't even buy the second one because I haven't even finished the first one yet.
Beat the first one. Haven't had a chance to play the second one yet. We've got it. Luke's played it, but last thing I played was Spider-Man 2. I got that when it came out, but it's Spider-Man, so you know.
Well, yeah.
I got
I don't have
Spider-Man 1.
PlayStation, so I can't play that. I have the Xboxes. Those are the clown back there.
That would be Mikey. He's bored.
I think I'm going to end up hitting this with some Zipatone
Ooh.
at some point.
Oh, I haven't heard that word in a long time.
Well, I did some pieces last year with it.
The rub-off type, or
It's sticky.
oh,
Yeah,
it's a sticky.
it's a
Okay.
family show.
Yeah, it's not the rubber. It's the I forget who it's from the leader. But it works. So
I need to get some of that stuff and play around with it. I saw somebody doing something on a reel like earlier this morning that looked pretty cool. They were, using the various different types of tones and textures and whatnot.
That's how the comics were made back in the day.
Yep.
Even when I went to CCD, we used that a lot, and we'd buy sheets of that stuff in the store, and a lot of our stuff was shaded by that kind of stuff.
back in my day,
Shut up. Back in my day, I used to mix ash with flowers and to paint the cave walls.
Back in my day of the mid to late 1900s.
Mm-hmm.
right? Well, I just saw something that 9 Inch Nails album, The Downward Spiral, is 30 years old.
Yeah, they just posted something about
And
License to Ill was like 37 years old,
oh Jesus!
like on March 6th or something like that. I'm like, dang,
Oh,
that hurt. That hurts.
Yeah, that was me the other day when we were talking to friends and they were planning all their wedding stuff and they were talking about their parents and how old they were when their parents had them and stuff. And I started doing the math. I'm like, I think we might be a year older than the mom. Just kind of looked at me like, what?
Well, like most of the people that we hung out with over the weekend, Jen and I were the elders basically of the crew. The rest of them were like mid-30s. I think maybe one of them was like 40. Like most of them like young to mid-30s. Like, and well, one of my closer cryptid friends that I talk to all the time, we collaborate and everything, get along great. He's a year older than my daughter. He's 27.
Oh.
You're old.
I don't know.
I am
know.
too.
It's back in the days of pre-internet.
Yeah. Before AOL.
Or Earthlink, or
Oh
God,
man,
what
I
else
haven't heard
was there?
Earthlink. Oh yeah, what are some of the other ones? Netscape? Or was that yeah?
I want to say Prodigy.
That sounds, yeah. Commodore, logging on that way back in the day. Shall we play a game? Shut up, Jen. Dating myself with that. I can't believe they haven't made a new movie of that.
They probably will, like in the next year or so. It'll be, some kid versus AI.
Yeah. I guess we have enough of that stuff going on nowadays. We don't really need to emphasize it in a movie.
It'll be a true story.
Yeah. It'll be like Five Nights at Freddy, but something against some AI creature that they created.
Right?
They'll just use actual robots for the Terminator.
Yeah. I've done that several years ago when I lost my job 10, 15 years ago. I put down that I got a new job and I was a new computer program for Skynet. A lot of people did not get it. And so many people congratulating me on finding a job. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Let's see. Nathan Simmons here says, "Howdy, guys. Howdy. How's it going?"
Hey.
Gonna be joining Nathan for his podcast live stream. Whatchamacallit, sometime soon. Got it on the calendar. Should probably promote that. We're launching an art book when we go to WonderCon. Got a Kickstarter hitting the interwebs.
It's all AI generated art.
Yep. Our non AI generated master of ceremonies out there should probably post up the link for us. I'll find it. I'll post it. I posted a link for the Kickstarter. I got it. I can get it everywhere but the group. Yeah, on my birthday, March 29th, when we're at WonderCon, we're gonna launch.
That's right. That's right. We always usually celebrated your birthday at Gym City. Back in the day.
But it was actually in the spring and not the same weekend as
everything else.
San Diego.
Yeah.
So you're not even going to that.
Yeah, you should definitely tag Jesse. Nathan,
absolutely.
Yeah, we should get a poll going. Should Gem City move back to spring? I don't know. He's got all sorts of new plans he's cooking up.
Yeah, we'll see if he actually follows through on them. Soccer might get in the way.
Right?
Yeah. Does he like soccer?
That's an understatement.
Yeah, and his daughter Zuzu is really good, and then he forgets about his son.
What's his name? I have a son?
Yeah, that's kind of the way it goes. Well, and Facebook user shared the link for us. All right, I'm glad to see we've got everything working. It's like a well-oiled machine.
It's got to be. With Steph at the helm, yes.
You'll have to post again, but yes. Jesse liking soccer is definitely an understatement. I think he'd be married to soccer if he could pull off two marriages.
If that was a possible thing to do, yes.
Right.
Oh, I do have how you have your little scan code thing. I do have one. I didn't know I needed it. I could have given you one.
Say what now?
On the screen, the scan code, the QR code for my Instagram. I do have one.
Oh, yeah. You have some of that stuff we can add to the overlay for the next round.
I mean, I just happen to be on the screen. I'm like, hey, I don't have one, but I do have one.
Yeah, send it over and Steph will add it up. We got the overlay is fairly simple to do. She says it's like 2 seconds.
No.
We got so quiet.
Yeah. Focus there for a minute.
I'm just filling in blacks with my brush.
I'm just pedaling around here, and I'm trying to figure out what to do in the background because it was on a riverbed, but it wasn't like it was kind of a sparse looking river. So it didn't have a lot of trees and stuff. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do in the background in the circle. So I got to do more research on that area, see if I can find some good reference.
Run down just some clouds and some trees. You'll be good.
Happy little trees and
No, my old computer is not on while I'm streaming. I don't know. It's on. Both of them are on. I don't know. I didn't do it. Nathan says some Bob Ross trees. No. Always make those work in something. I think you said the name of that cryptid, but what region is it that's supposed to be in? Did we lose him?
Has Jamie disappeared on us?
Maybe.
Jamie, he was abducted.
Yeah, the aliens came and got him. We were talking about the aliens too much.
I'm right here. You can't hear me?
Now we can.
Now we can.
I've been here the whole time. I'm like, what happened?
I've been here the whole time.
I've been here.
I was just asking what region the cryptid's from.
And I was telling you, but apparently you couldn't hear me.
Oh yeah, no. Like it was like dead silent. We thought you like walked away or something.
No, they took me. It is Pascagoula, Mississippi.
Okay. Some Mississippi River there.
Yeah, so I'm trying to see what river it was. I think it's the Pascagoula River, but I could be wrong. Anyway, yeah, I got to look at some more reference in the background of what I want to do.
You mean you didn't have it planned out when you started?
I always wing it as I go. For the most part.
It gets the job done.
Just like me drawing and people watching me, I'm flipping all over the place. My picture going upside down, sideways, right side up.
Yeah, sometimes you have to.
Yeah.
He says while he holds his piece upside down.
Right?
Well, it's just that I'm assuming you guys too, but there's a certain way I have trouble pushing the line out. I have to pull it towards me. So I have to
Okay.
so if I have to do something, I have to flip it upside down so that the line's coming this way towards me instead of me trying to go out.
Yeah, I get it.
So I'm all over the place when it comes to my artwork.
I do the same thing. Except for I go with the line out. So yeah, I'm always doing stuff upside down and all over the place.
And then also on the screen, I might be inking something, but in the middle of the ink, I have to flip the pen, even though it's the same pretty much all the way around. I have to flip it until I find a comfortable spot, and then I continue doing what I'm doing.
Yep.
I don't know if it's just a glitch that I have. No OCD.
I'm sitting here doing the exact same thing. So you're not the only one.
I'm just sitting here holding my brush.
Ooh, look at that. Jamie's got a QR code now.
Oh, sweet.
Woo!
I was trying to look for the black and white one, but I found that one instead. But now I pop off even more now. Yay.
It works.
I mean, when I downloaded it off of Instagram a while ago, it came that color. So
Oh, I didn't even know you could get a QR code from Instagram.
that's why I'm trying to go there to find where I got it at. But I just went to my profile, and it was, you could go into edit profile and you could get it. So I'm trying to find out where it's at.
Yeah, mine's just a Linktree one.
Oh,
Yeah.
Linktree. Mine's just an Instagram one.
Mine goes to my Linktree, but I don't think it's the Linktree one because it doesn't have the little tree in the center. What's up, Mikey?
Yeah, we printed off our QR codes and we have them in a little 8.5 by a frame, 8.5 by 11 frame on our table that's got her name and my name on it, so people could just go up and scan it and go to our Instagram.
Nice.
Follow us that way.
Yep.
Steph did our new table runner and the banner, and they're on there. And then we've got a sketch sign and we put in one of those plastic like upright holder things, whatever the heck you call them. And she started adding a QR code for PayPal and Venmo.
Okay. Yeah, we have that too. We have our PayPal and Venmo.
I should do that.
Well, I do. She doesn't have Venmo. She has PayPal, but not like professional level. And then she doesn't have Venmo, so I have the QR
I don't
code in
have
the frame
Venmo,
so people could just scan it.
Should do the PayPal thing.
Is that in the thing you sent Nate earlier? The thing with the Venmo and the PayPal QR codes on the price sign. It's not in the stuff she sent earlier today, but she can send you that.
Maybe. I could probably work one up too. I got to figure out what my QR code for PayPal is. Find it.
Same thing, go into the profile, and I think it says
send
me money by scan or whatever, and you can find your code there.
Yeah, I found it one time, and I just never. I was like, oh, I should use that sometime, and just haven't.
Well, I have the PayPal reader, but some people might not have a card, and then if the internet's crappy, it's on them. They can just scan it and upload it that way.
Yeah,
or pay me that way.
I wonder if Square has a QR code thing like that.
Probably do.
Maybe
into that.
Haven't tried that one, but we used the PayPal one quite a bit last con season.
Yeah, the Frogman, a few people scanned it. If I'm working with somebody that's already, they're using the card and I'm working with them, they just go over there and scan it. And it's like, hey, and then show me the phone. It's like, payment received. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
Here's print. It works.
Yeah, I think it started last year at C2E2. We had so many people asking to pay that way because a lot of it was some of the comic book dealers wanting to buy stuff, and all their sales were going through PayPal or whatever. So
Right.
it's easier for them to take it from whatever they sold and just be like, here, I'll just, send you funds right from this. And by the time we made it to Colossal Con last year, Steph had added it to all the stuff.
I know a lot of, us vendors, we still take a lot of cash, but some of those places, like the venue we were at for all it was cashless. And I think even GalaxyCon was like cashless. I think everything, all the food vendors and everything was cashless. So it's like you have to have that.
Yeah, it was cashless, but you couldn't get a signal to run a credit card.
It's true.
It was a pain. I ended up having to take somebody and walk all the way out, basically to the front doors, in order to get a credit card to run.
That's terrible. I think it was a crappily run con, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I had no problem with Signal for Origins there, but I think Gamma makes sure that they have internet for everybody, and
yeah, some places bring a Wi-Fi booster or their own Wi-Fi tower and bring it to the center.
So much inks on the Batman.
Yeah. No smudging.
Yeah, that's the challenge. Thankfully, the pens dry a little quicker, but
it's usually what I usually have a piece of paper off to the side and have my hand on it. That way it don't smear too bad.
Yeah. The audience is quiet this evening.
Did Mike leave us?
I think he did. I don't know. It says there's like 16 people here, but I don't know. Nobody's like really chimed in, so
they're enthralled by our riveting conversations.
I guess. Anybody watching, you're more than welcome. Chime in the comments, the chat, depending on where you're watching.
Anything.
Yeah. Mike's here. He says what?
He's like, I can't send them memes right now because they won't see them until after they're done.
Right? I like turtles. Did you buy anything at Walmart, Mike? I went and got new socks earlier.
Ooh.
Yeah, the dogs keep like tearing holes in my socks. So I was like, somebody's got to have something. Cole's had them like buy one, get one half off. I'm like, sold. Never fails. We'll be like watching TV or something, and Mikey just comes up and he just yanks on my socks, and it just ends up there's holes everywhere.
For a while there, Snips was stealing our socks, but she hasn't been doing that as much lately. But we'd find them in random places about the house.
Facebook user says, AI bot says, insert witty banner. Mike says, Oreos, butters. Butters? And he says he never yanked on my socks. I don't believe you.
Yeah.
I'll throw it out there for a Facebook user. If you go to that streamyard.com/Facebook link, you can OK StreamYard on Facebook, and you'll actually show up as a person instead of Facebook user. Oh, Mike meant to say Nutter Butters.
Mm.
Oreos and Nutter Butters. It's quite the combination of purchases from Walmart.
Must have been snack hungry. He's got the munchies.
I'm a fat kid. Nothing wrong with that. I, went to Costco, I think it was last week. You got the giant bag of Reese's peanut butter eggs.
Dang.
I love the Reese's peanut butter eggs.
We're going to have to get you a hover round scooter for Comic-Con?
Yeah, probably.
Okay. If you can get through the crowd.
I'll put one of those cattle catchers like on a train on the front. I'll
Put
get
a cattle catcher, and then we'll get you a couple of some flags so we could see in the crowd where you're at.
Get a nice air horn.
Mm-hmm. Scare the crap out of them. Get a train horn if you're going to get the cattle.
And with the air horn, I could have, like the Dukes of Hazzard things playing or something.
That's true. You can do that.
And then we make you a ramp.
We'd get kicked out of Comic-Con so fast. Mike says, I have the Costco bag of Reese's Pieces.
You mean the trash bag full?
They have
Probably.
a bag. I thought they had like a bucket tote tub kind of thing.
They did have a bucket of the peanut butter cups. I almost bought it. I think it was during the pandemic. Like that popped up on like Facebook. Somebody had shared it, and I found it, and it wasn't that bad of a price for as many peanut butter cups as you got. So it's like, go ahead and order it. I'm like, no, this is bad. Be like comatose after like 2 days.
Mm-hmm. He's an instant diabetic.
Yeah, that's what Mike's like. I have the diabetes.
I got the beatus.
Wilford Brimley will be right over.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Does anybody know? Is Wilford Brimley still kicking it?
I think he is.
I do not know.
I don't know.
Let me see.
No.
He is still alive. No, take it back. He died in August 1st, 2020. He was 85.
Wow. It's like
Anthony Wilford Brimley.
Like they got all those memes floating around. Like Wilford Brimley was X years old during Cocoon, and he looked like he was 80 back then. And he was
Or
like,
he's only like 40 or something like that.
yeah, he was like 45 or some shit. It's like, what the hell? And Danny Glover was only 41 when he was getting too tired of this shit or whatever, too old for this shit.
Right.
Like, come on, man.
Well, I think of it as a Stoke Eddy from Golden Girls. She was the same age as all the rest of them. But she played their mom, and she looked like she was 30, 40 years older than the rest of them. But they
some of that was
I think she's actually
too,
younger.
Yeah,
she's younger than some of them.
They did a really good makeup job on her.
Yeah.
She was in what was it? Stop Her, My Mom Will Shoot with Stallone.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I haven't seen that for ages.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen it since like that first came out, but that's just what I went to when you started talking about her. I was like, she didn't have all that makeup on, and she was playing somebody else's mom. I was like, it's crazy.
Or even like Vicki Lawrence from Mom's Place, and then also Cara Burnett show. She's the same age, but then she looked like she was like 20, 30 years old the rest of them just because they did a good makeup job on the hair and everything else.
Yep. I used to watch that show all the time as a kid.
So did I.
It was one of those things where it was like, if I stayed home sick, that was, like on TV. It seemed like it was on TV like all day long.
I think that's about it for this. Until I decide to do zip tones to it, but that's not happening tonight.
You gotta let it dry.
Yeah, I want to make sure all that black is nice and dry.
Yep. Nice and dry and no smudging. Oh, the yawn started hitting me. Whew.
Yeah.
We can call it if you guys are done and ready. I don't have any complaints on that one.
Well, now it's not like I was yawning to try to get off. I'm just like, ooh, I'm just hitting all of a sudden.
Liar.
No, it's definitely starting to set in and hit. We actually got to sleep in a little bit today, which was nice. But
that's nice. I had to be up at 5:45 for work. That's okay. You guys sleep in.
Yeah, I mean, hey,
the dogs let you sleep in.
The dogs had me up at 4, and then I went back to bed, and I think it was about 8 when we finally got up.
Yeah, even when I get to sleep in, I'm still up at like 7.
Right.
Yeah.
Because of the dogs.
Yeah, 7 is sleeping in at this point, so I'll take it.
I don't have dogs, but on the weekend, 7 is about my sleeping time. Just because my body's so used to getting up at 5:45, and then I get busy brain. Like if I have to get up and go pee or something, then I can't go back to sleep, and then my brain goes, well, you should be doing this. Oh, don't forget you need to do that. Oh, don't forget this to show that you have like 9 months from now, but don't forget that. And I'm like, oh,
right.
now I can't go back to sleep. So yeah, maybe next time I'll work on the background on this thing. Just get it done while I'm working with you guys.
Yeah. I gotta look at the calendar, see what's going on, but yeah, we'll definitely plan out whatever the next stream is. And
I don't think I will be traveling on a Friday. We'll most likely be home like Friday afternoon or something like that. If I even go to a Friday, if I'm traveling for work here in the next week or two.
Yeah. Well, even then, I mean, if we take a night off or whatever, no big deal.
Well, I know last week I could because I was setting up for Frogman last Friday.
Yeah. Which it's gonna happen, so we'll work around stuff. And
yeah.
Steph and I talked earlier about like I don't think the week before we leave for like WonderCon, but maybe like do some sort of like odd time stream sometime before we leave, whether it be like a few days before we go out or something. I don't know. We'll figure that mess out.
Yep.
But all right. Before we get out of here, we'll go back around the room here, and everybody can tell everybody where to find them on the interwebs and all that good stuff. So, Jamie, you can go first. Just go around.
Jamie, semi-professional artist, I guess. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook, and on the screen here is my Instagram tag. But yeah, I'm floating around different shows. I usually do a lot of cryptid, zoology type shows more than comic book shows anymore. But so just check me out there.
Nate.
Nate Lovett. Nate Lovett on everything but Twitter, or X or whatever
it is
decides to call it next week. And Nate-Lovett.com is my website.
Nice. All my social media stuff is at Sean Forney Art. The QR code is up there if you want to hit that. Website is SeanForney.com. We got the Kickstarter coming up soon. Link is in the comments. Make sure you sign up, like, subscribe, follow, all that stuff to the pages so you know when we go live for the live streams. And thanks everybody for tuning in tonight. Mike wins the award for like the most comments here. I don't know what that gets him, but we'll give him that. So
extra cookie.
The shout out.
Yeah. But all right, folks. Everybody have a great weekend. Come back for the next one, and yeah, we'll see you on the next one.
All right. See you guys.
See ya.